Welcome and hello. This is Transparency Talk, and I'm Christina. Today's guest is Dr. Tomekia Manning. She's a woman of many things, and guess what? She's also a member of a Corvette Club. We're going to talk to her today, have a candid conversation, get a little bit in her business, and then we'll see what you guys think. Thank you, Dr. Manning, for being here. Or would you like me to call you Tomekia?
You can call me Tomekia.
Tomekia. So Tomekia it is. So we're going to talk a little bit and get in your business just a little bit.
Okay.
You look pretty.
Okay, you do too.
Thank
You look amazing.
So Tomekia, what is your doctorate in?
My doctorate is in educational leadership and management. So I am an educator. So in schools, this doctorate really teaches you how to be a great leader, a collaborative leader, a very great communicator, working with your teams in schools and progressing the schools forward.
I like that because we need that. We
Absolutely.
need our students and staff because they need some help too.
Absolutely.
To get it together. So what made you decide to go back to school and get a doctorate degree?
I wanted to take my doctorate and mesh it back with my first degree, which is journalism. So I was a journalist. I was a news reporter and an anchor in Shreveport for about 7 years or so. And so when I actually transitioned into education, I thought at some point in this career, I'm probably going to want to put those both together. And it worked out amazingly. I went into education in about 2004, 2005 or so as my second career. So I pretty much learned the ropes, learned how to facilitate meetings, help coach teachers up, learn how to develop relationships with students, which actually is ultimately important and the ultimate goal in helping students to move their academics forward. So then after I learned a lot of that, so I said, okay, let me go back, get this doctoral degree, mesh it with some other doctors so that we can provide a holistic approach to helping educators, the medical field, counseling. So I put it all together, and so that is how we actually came up with our current talk show that we're working on, The Chamber.
Yeah, so I saw that. I watched a couple of your videos, and because when I heard it, the first thing that came in my mind was legal. I was like, the chamber, and then I thought, okay, the vault, and then I saw, wait, hold on, I need to get it together. I have 3 degrees, but you have 4 beautiful black women or African American women with a doctorate degree, and I was like, now hold on, like I don't know how much power and empowerment that is, and it's very insightful. So in that area, where did the name come from?
So the name The Chamber was birthed out of the need for healing. Because if you think about a chamber, it's an enclosed place. So when you go into an enclosed place, there are often times where people are able to discover who they are. And so with the chamber, I said, we're going to walk into the chamber with these people to help provide healing on a holistic scale. And so that's where the name was birthed. And then also it has biblical connotations. It goes back to, if you ever go back and look at what the chamber meant in the Bible and in biblical times, then you can equate that to healing. And so that's how I developed that name. It's a very different name, and it stands out because it's different, because people are like, the chamber. So it actually makes people think like, okay, what does that mean? What does the chamber mean? So then, of course, when you attach it to 4 beautiful black women who have gone to school to get the ultimate degree in their particular fields, then it makes sense. So we attach these 4 women to the chamber, and they all come from 4 different backgrounds, 4 different upbringings. You have the medical doctor, who is also an anesthesiologist and who is also an expert when it comes to alcoholism. She works, that's one of the areas where she works. Then you have a psychotherapist. One of them is a psychotherapist, one of the doctors, and then I have a psychologist. So you have 2 ends of the spectrums. The psychotherapist, who can help you have the psychologist who receives the people and can help counsel. Both can help counsel, but then you have the psychotherapist who can diagnose. So you have somebody who can say, who can give the battery or the test and just say, hey, you're schizophrenic, you're bipolar, who can also treat. But then on the other end, you have the psychologist who specializes in treating those behaviors. So, and then you have mine, which is in education, which can grab any area. We're talking about knowledge, we're talking about school system, we're talking about fitness, nutrition. I also have a counseling background. I have a master's degree in counseling as well. So putting it all together, you can bring somebody into the chamber and they can leave feeling like, well, I've really, gotten some practical things that I can walk away with because these ladies provide all of that. And then I'm a personal trainer as well, certified personal trainer. So we can really give them some practical things to do that are healthy that they can walk away with. So you can engage. It doesn't have to be physical fitness. It could be journaling. It could be bowling. Something to do that keeps your mind healthy and whole, and of course pushing forward that growth mindset.
I'm taking this all in. So I'm thinking, this is a one-stop shop. Let me get your mind together, and then let me get this body together.
Yes.
And then let's do some soul searching. Because I was like, okay. And I bet that price list is, hey. Because once you get your doctorate, you're like, yeah, you earned that.
You do.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of research.
It's a lot of research. It's a lot of late nights. I would go to sleep at 10 o'clock, wake up at 3, work till 5, go back to sleep for an hour. I do that for 2 weeks when I was doing my revisions. And so, because I edited my own work, a lot of people will hire people out to kind of look at their work and look at it from a different lens. Well, for me, I didn't do that because I wanted to own it. And so I edited the work, I revised it. It was some really, really, really tough days where I would be exhausted at work because my chair would say, hey, we're going to give you 3 days. Go ahead and do your revisions. And so for those 3 days, I'd come home from work and then I'd say, okay, let me take a quick nap. Then I'd get up and I would work. I would sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep, work. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I think in the end, it has been worth it.
And you still put your lashes on.
I still
wore your heels.
I still wore my heels.
Yeah, because when I met you, literally your power walk, and I just, in my mind, and I didn't even know who you were, and I was like, that's the principal. And it was every day, like you had your hair done, your makeup on. I'm like, no, let me just put this hoodie on because I literally, like, you always had it together. And you mentioned that you're a certified trainer. So physical fitness, listen, during these COVID pandemic times, people eating, sleeping, drinking, so
yes.
What would be some tips that you would give, a woman, even like myself, I want to tone, I want to keep some areas, I want to get rid of some areas.
I would say you have to just, biblically the Bible says, write the vision, make it plain. We're so busy. I was caught up in that as well. I started eating a little bit more. So then after a few days or a few weeks, I said, okay, let's get it together. So it has to start mentally. You have to tell yourself, I want change. Now I've got to walk it out. So I do this all the time. I write it down. Even if I'm going to the grocery store, so I won't forget something, I write it down. So I say, okay, if a female or anybody wants to start changing, just start with 15 minutes a day. Even if I just wake up and do 25 sit-ups, or if I just jump rope for, do 100 jump ropes, just jump rope. But you've got to start somewhere, and then you can actually transition to more, but you've got to start. So you've got to tell yourself, you know what, I have to do this, because again, it starts mentally. And so a lot of people say I don't have time, and time is valuable and it's precious, and our days are busy, and once the day starts, it's like full speed ahead. So for me, I'll carve out, even if it's 15 minutes, and I will do something, even if it's just jumping jacks or jump rope. Pick up one thing. Things like that are good because they work the full body. So if you just get a jump rope, that's a good place to start.
Okay, I'm gonna have to run a Target because I used to jog 4 days a week, and then I was like, golf just took over. And so I saw a picture of you, and you look fabulous, standing next to a Corvette. And I was like, okay, talk to me a little bit about that. this car. I was like, okay.
I love my little car, and I don't drive it a lot. I drive it sometimes on the weekends. So me and my little friend, we get out and we'll just take the tops out. And so I have allergies, so sometimes I'm like, okay, we can't take the top out today. But the car is kind of like my little toy. Like when I just want to just relax and I do something that's like stress-free, then I'll drive the car. So right now I'm working on an upgrade. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking now at cars because I found that I wasn't into cars, but I found that when I started driving it, I'm like, I'm feeling like
I'm feeling good about myself. Feeling myself.
So I was like, okay, so I kind of like this. So then I joined the vet club.
Yeah.
And it's an all ladies vet club. And when we go, we drive sexy. That's what I say. I say we drive sexy.
Drive sexy.
So we have the little walkie-talkies amongst us. We have that app on our phone. So we have a walkie-on app on our phone, so we can talk to each other. Like, all right, get over, y'all. We're getting ready to do this. All right, and I'm a slow driver, so they have to
in a Corvette.
I'm a slow like they zoom. And all of their cars right now, their cars are newer, so they're like, let's go. So they have to put me in the middle because they're like, oh Lord, you need to come on,
Yeah,
they get with it. They get with it. So I love it. So it's one of my therapies.
Really,
to drive. It's a therapy. It feels great, and then we'll go places and we'll meet up and we'll meet up with other vet clubs, and so and we take pictures and we have fun. So that's kind of how that started.
So I saw that. I said, no, wait a minute. Because usually we see the fellas in the bike clubs, the car clubs, and I said, let me do a little digging. I saw that. I was like, oh, she's in a vet club.
Yes.
What's the name of the vet club?
It's Southern Girls Car Vet Club.
Oh, okay.
And we're Southern girls, and we are divas. I say we're divas. I like it.
But y'all wearing heels when y'all drive?
I do. We switch out. We have heels, and then like when we get out, we put the heels on. But when we're in the car, we may have on flip flops while we're driving. But when we get out, we getting out like Daisy Duke.
What's your not Daisy Duke? Slide to the window.
Daisy Duke.
What's your highest heel that you wear?
Oh gosh,
like a stiletto, a 6-inch, a 9-inch?
Probably a 6-inch. I have heels for days.
I know you do.
I have heels in all my closets, I think.
Oh, no, ma'am. Did you say all your closets? So ain't no room for nothing else, just shoes. And you wear them all.
I wear them. Yeah. I'm a shoe fanatic.
I'm telling you, every day I saw you, I was like, okay, that's a heel. Like, I've never seen you in the flat. And I was like, you're probably going to be like Eartha Kitt when you get older. So where are you from?
I am from Louisiana. It's a small town 30 miles east of Shreveport.
Okay.
And it's called Minden. About 17,000 people. Very small. Pretty much, we all know each other.
Yeah, mama, cousin, baby, mama, sister, brother.
You might date your cousin if you don't know. You
better find out.
You better find out. The roots. Are you from here? So it's a very small town. And I learned a lot growing up. Had a very good childhood. Just a traditional get outside, play ball, run and tumble in the yard. I took piano lessons, played one Sunday for Sunday school, but decided I
just
don't want to do this. Just one Sunday.
Sunday
I was like, no, I just want to do the cheerleader thing, and I was like, I don't want to practice anymore, and I hate that. That's one regret that I have. But I did take lessons. I played clarinet when I was in middle school.
Oh, so you brass.
And
okay,
I
did clarinet for the clarinet.
I was okay. You did?
No. Oh. I did violin.
Oh,
and piano.
Nice.
So, not when your teacher is like. No.
I love music though, so those were my roots, and then I danced in college. I cheered in high school, cheered in middle school, so it was always active.
Right.
So that's just been embedded in my lifestyle, and so
always active. So are you in any organizations?
Well, I am a member of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And my sisters, they're divas, and my actual biological sisters are as well my nieces. So it's a lot of us.
Yeah, all legacy.
We have legacy. I had my oldest sister, my sister that's not next to her, but one under her, then myself, then my sister under me, then all of my nieces pledge. So when we all get together, in fact, we'll be on vacation for spring break, and so we'll be.
Please take me with you.
I know.
Put me in a
to the cabin.
Put me in a suitcase and put "Do not return to Singapore." Just give me that.
No, I'm excited.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so we're gonna strut. Yeah, we're gonna
Oh yeah.
We're gonna
Are y'all cooking?
So we're cooking. I did the menu for everybody because I'm the organized person of the family. So
Of course
I said,
you are.
okay. I did all the meals. This family, you do this meal, this meal, this meal. We have 7 meals. I have it all.
So wait a minute. As a fitness guru and a fitness trainer, and you just mentioned the menu. Are y'all eating, what they call the fat foods? Or are you making them like eat healthy this whole time?
We're gonna say this is vacation, but guess what? They have to work out on the vacation. So I've already told them. I said, okay, let's go hiking. They said, no, bears. I said, okay, that's okay. No, we won't go hiking, but we will work out at the actual cabin. So they were like, okay, I'm game for that. So I'm going to have to pack up some of my workout equipment and take it. The food is a mixture of a little healthy and not. I'm doing the breakfasts, so yeah,
kale.
Most of it'll be
these kale omelets.
Yeah, I'm gonna have good omelets, healthy omelets. I'm
gonna be mad at you.
Protein waffles. They're gonna be like, what in the world?
Yeah, I'm be mad at you.
yeah, they might kind of look at me like, yeah. But no, we'll have fish, we'll have chicken, we'll have the traditional because we'll have kids there as well. Yeah. So, but we'll burn it off.
I bet you will. I've seen these videos. I'm looking at your pictures and I'm like, let me just scroll to the left because then I'm like, the next one I'm like to the left. I'm like, how in the world does she have time for that? And you mentioned going, on vacation for spring break. Give me 2 places where you love to travel.
Oh my gosh. My first place is Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. I've been there a couple times and supposedly gonna go back in the summer, but with travel and COVID right now, it's kind of a lot of hesitancy there. But I love that place. It's amazing. It can be a party place or it can be a place where you just veg out and do nothing and just relax. And I've stayed at both locations. I've stayed at a place where it was a pool party all night, every night, and I stayed at a place where it was just like, oh, let's just lay out by the beach and just relax. I love it. It's beautiful there. We've had dinner on the side of a mountain, like on a cliff, where water is literally coming from the rocks.
I'm all right. I'm good.
It's beautiful.
And we're gonna fall.
No, it's amazing. And then they do a ritual when the sun sets, because it's called Sunset Mona Lisa. That's the restaurant. So when the sun sets, they come out and they blow these horns, and the sun is going down, and you're eating and you're drinking and you're seeing ships go through, cruise ships and regular boats and people, and you're on the side, and it's absolutely amazing. I've been there twice and I'm in love with that place. In love with it. So that's number 1. My second place is, I would say, Montego Bay, Jamaica. Same thing. It's beautiful there. There's a lot of relaxation, and also you can actually go on the other side if you want to get out, if you want to dance the night away. But that's another place that I love to go. And I've been there.
Yeah. Yes, girl.
And I'm thinking, and unfortunately, every time I go, I've been with somebody. But
you're not supposed to take sand to the beach.
I know, right?
Girl.
I know. But I love that place. I just think it's so heavenly. I love the beach. You could give me any beach. And last summer, because of COVID, we just went over to Galveston a few times. And the water is not that clear, but it was just the sound of the water and the ocean. It's amazing to me. It de-stresses me. So
you're all about this mental health and
I'm
self-care.
all about
and
mental
that's
health
good.
and self-care.
That's why your skin look good.
And massages and
your skin, girl. That's makeup, honey. My face been breaking out from these masks. I'm like, I look like I'm 15 again.
Well, these masks are kind of taking a toll on our skin.
Yes, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do something else. You look like somebody teenager. So you're from Louisiana and you enjoy the beach. Let's talk about music a little bit.
Okay.
R&B, jazz, rap, because when I'm working out, I need trap music.
I am a trap queen. Sometimes I drive up to work, I'm like, let me turn my music down because I don't want the kids to be like, she is too old for this music. But I am, even my mom said, you guys are too old for rap music. But I'm like, I don't think you ever get too old for rap music. I love rap music. It actually it changes my mood and it hypes me up. And then sometimes I think I'm Beyonce in the bathroom.
Come on, girl.
And I put that music.
You got a blonde wig.
And you gave me an idea. But I'm telling you, I get in there and I am straight jamming to myself. It changes my mood. If I'm having a day, if I've had a day, and I'm like, I put that music on, I'm a different person. I love music. I love gospel music as well. So they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum. But I love trap. It motivates me. It pushes me. And it makes me want to have a better workout. So my trainer, she plays that in the garage because that's where I work out. My trainer, Latasha. And it just, when you crank that music up, I'm ready. I'm going for it. I got the roast feed. Whatever it is, I got it. So
who's your favorite rapper?
It used to be Eazy-E. When I was in college. Those were my college days. His voice is just mesmerizing to me. So now I kind of like, I'm more like a Dr. Dre type person because he tells stories, and that's what I like about him. So Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, that whole NWA, those people, I love them.
Interesting. I'm telling you, something's good gonna happen this week because in reference to, discussing my son being 15, talking about, sex, STDs, and he said, Mommy, Eazy had 11 kids. I said, how you know that? Where'd they come from? Oh my gosh. And then he was just watching the Kobe video that Dr. Dre did. So, he's very particular about his rappers. And I always ask that question because, I spoke with Cat Daddy. He said, music moves the soul, and it does. It changes your mood. You can be emotional, you can be hyped up, and so sometimes when you want to give somebody these hands, I need that gospel music, bring me back to balance. But that trap music, it really does, it helps you, like it just, whether it be your self-esteem, some people don't need to listen to it. But Dr. Dre is really good as a producer, rapper. What about R&B singers, female or male? Who do you like?
I like Lettucey. I love... I'm a big Beyonce fan, of course. Because I love to see her perform. But my all-time favorite is Mary J.
Okay.
Because she has a story. And her story is so amazing to me of her transition of just having hardships in life, doing drugs, going through that, to switching over, getting her life together. And I know she still had some hardships because life is not easy for any of us. We've all had hardships. We've had bad relationships. We've had trying relationships. We've had to grow through those relationships as well. But seeing her just continue to blossom and continue to do her thing in the music industry and still impact people, mentor people. I think she had a new wine to come out recently. She is just, to me, the epitome of overcoming. The overcoming to me is, I say that about a lot of women because I'm really big on women empowerment and women moving forward in life because women go through so many things.
Oh, yeah.
Single parents, having to bear the brunt of so much, relationships, hardships. Women, to me, are the most amazing creature on this planet.
And then we look good when we do it, girl. Even though we have days we don't feel good, we be like smiling, baby.
Still smiling. Want to crying on the inside, but still smiling.
Just toe up from the flow up.
I know.
So sometimes, this next question that I'm gonna ask you, describe yourself in 3 words.
Resilient, aggressive, and driven.
Not aggressive.
I'm aggressive.
Now explain that to me, because now hold on now, as sisters. And speaking of that, the unfortunate part of that is that people think because you're aggressive that you got an anger problem or you're a mad black woman.
Yeah.
Explain to me what you mean by being aggressive.
When I say aggressive, I mean I am a go-getter. So if there is something that I want to do, I write it, I keep track of it, and I check it off the list. So I mean aggressive in terms of whatever the desire is. I work toward it until I see it come to pass. So that is where I feel is a great asset of mine. Because even when I was pursuing the doctoral degree, I said, this is going to be a challenge, working full time, still trying to work out, and keep that regimen going, maintain a house and all of that. And
head and shoulders. What would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to avoid some of the relationships that I encountered, that I knew I had no business maintaining. I'll say that. I would say go a different route, wait a little bit longer, and not choose someone just because you thought you were running out of time.
Time is so valuable and it's essential. Not choose someone because you thought that's that clock. Or people telling you need to get married, you need to get married, you need to get married. But y'all do, get married, and you're like, I got my degree, so now I need to get married.
Like, oh, well, yeah, I am a little at this age, so I probably should. It's okay. And I knew better. I knew better.
That's their wisdom. Wisdom and growth. Do you read outside of work? Do you have a favorite author? Do you have time to read? You probably don't have time.
I don't have a lot of time to read, but whenever I do read, funny you say that, it's not even that. I have maybe a favorite author, but it's a favorite genre, and it's more tied to educational health as far as mental health. So anytime I see something dealing with de-stressing or the way people feel or how you could get better or how you can change your mood, that's what I read. Like it all goes back to my the background, the master's degree in the counseling area. So I'm always reading something that is going to push the Chamber talk show, and everything about that is mental health. And then, of course, when COVID hit, even more. I was printing stuff off and reading stuff, and hey, go jog, go run, go bike, because I bike too. I was
trying to keep it together.
Trying to keep it together.
Yeah.
So that's mostly the reading that I do.
And if I dare ask, what's your favorite color?
Well, believe it or not, my favorite color is like purple.
Okay, passionate.
Passion.
Royalty.
Royalty. That's, whenever I wear purple, I feel pretty.
Oh.
I feel pretty.
Pretty. I feel pretty. So we got purple shoes. I mean, you got shoes in every closet.
I got purple shoes.
Is your car purple?
Burgundy.
What color is
shoes.
your car?
My other car is actually black, but yeah,
But that metallic purplish looking black.
But I love. But I love purple. I love it.
So, favorite quote or Bible verse?
Oh my gosh. My favorite Bible verse is, I would say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Because I really believe it. A lot of people say this is just, the common quote, but I really believe it deep down. Like, as deep as you can get. Like, I can do, when I put my mind to it.
Deeply rooted.
Deeply. Prayer to it. Yeah. Fasting to it. It comes to pass. I'm very confident in that. So.
Poised, polished, professional. I'm like, okay, I told you, this power walk. And so, Tomekia, I really appreciate your time today. I learned a few things about you that I didn't know. Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for
like
coming.
I said, I wanted to be candid, get a little bit. You just told me your resume because I was like, okay, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. And so, and it's encouraging, especially for women, to know that, okay, well, if they thought about it, maybe they could possibly do it. Or if they don't know how to do it, then there's, the self-help. And so with keeping it all together, you actually use and implement your degree into your everyday lifestyle.
Yes.
And some people don't.
Yes.
And so to me, that's encouraging and that's impacting and that's empowering. Maybe one day you'll write a book.
I'm working on a book right now.
Look at that.
Actually, it's called Mentally Fit. See, there we go, Mentally Fit, because it starts with the mind. The book is actually finished. I just need to finish editing the book and adding the
I want
pictures.
my copy signed.
I got you.
I'm just letting you know.
I got you.
It's
I got you.
This on tape, on the record. So maybe rewind and say, you said. You just gonna sign my copy.
You could be the first book. Yes, you are. But yeah, it's actually done. I wrote it in the midst of everything and COVID and us filming the shows, because we do have a production team, but right now they're on hold because of COVID and us all being together in one room. So the medical doctor, she signed like 74 death certificates like last month. So she's working directly.
Wow.
Yeah, she's working directly with COVID patients in Houston.
74.
74. She's so she has, none of us have come together in the same room, with her working with COVID patients and us being all over the place. So we come in, we Zoom together. We have a show we're going to shoot today. Well, we're going to tape today. Brandy Benson, who overcame a very rare and mild aggressive form of cancer. But she said she used her mental and her mind and her growth mindset to bring her out of that bed, because they had given her up to die. And she is here, alive and well, and speaking to other people.
God is a healer.
Absolutely.
He has the first and the last say. And people,
she got up, and she's up everywhere. So
that mental is a huge
powerful
piece.
It's powerful.
I have enjoyed my time.
No, I've enjoyed talking.
We have to do this again.
We have to do this again.
We must.
We'll have to have you on our
chamber.
Shows.
Oh no! Look, put me in the hot seat.
Yeah,
thank you for the invitation. I would definitely be honored to do so.
Yes,
thank you. And so, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have had our candid conversation with Dr. Manning. This is Transparency Talk. Stay tuned.